Good afternoon or good morning, whenever you're going to watch this. It's Jan here from the Hospitality Partnership. Lovely to see you again. We're doing a few of these recordings and the engagement is brilliant. So just thank you so much for watching and sharing your feedback on it. And this last couple of days, we've been talking about that bright light, the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's certainly getting brighter. And it is, and it's really, really exciting. But with that light getting brighter and business coming in, there will still be COVID procedures and policies to follow, especially when it comes to events of making sure that you've collected names okay. It probably will need to be a ticketed event. So there will be lots of new restrictions or new policies that we have to follow. Now, when it comes to ticketing and events, and I've done a few of them as well, and I've always gone to Eventbrite. Why? Because they're really good. Why? Because I didn't really know of any other platform that I could use. And then that changed when I met Joan Lind from TryBooking. And if I'm really honest, I actually hadn't heard of TryBooking. And TryBooking are a platform that are very much similar to Eventbrite. In my opinion now, and getting to use the system more and more, I think it's actually better, my opinion. But most of all, and most important to me, TryBooking are a UK-based company. And we talk about shop local, support local. Well, this is a national company that we should be supporting, whereas the main competitor that I just mentioned is an American company. And so all the revenue goes to America as well, which is wonderful. But wouldn't it be great to support local first? So without me going on, I'm going to now introduce you to, or I'm going to let Joan introduce herself because she can do a much better job than me. So over to you, Joan.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm not sure about that, Dan. You've done a beautiful job explaining what we do and who we are, so I really appreciate that. And it's lovely to speak with you all today. And probably like Jan, most of you don't know about TryBooking either, and that's completely understandable. We're relatively new. We're coming up to our 7th year. But we don't have the huge brand presence of other platforms, but what we do have is incredibly strong word of mouth. So we are growing exponentially, and one of the reasons why TryBooking exists. Let me take you back to the beginning. Why is it here? Did the UK need another online ticketing platform? You could argue no, but the reason we're here is because I was lucky enough to live in Sydney for almost 15 years. And I didn't actually know of Eventbrite, but Eventbrite existed in Australia, but I never came across them because I always found myself booking through TryBooking. And TryBooking was a company that was founded in Australia, and we were clients of it. And we loved it so much that we approached them. And at this point, I was still completely ignorant to any other platform. And they were really interested in speaking to us, and then I did due diligence, thought, oh, right, okay, well, it's a much more competitive market in the UK. We're going to be the tiddlers. But I really felt there was a role for the platform here because we're very community-based, because of our flexibility, because of our customer-centric focus, and we bring quite a lot to the party here. So we launched for better or for worse in July 2014, and here we still are. And Jan is right, it's a British company. TryBooking UK Limited is British. Our suppliers are British. We host our data in the UK, which we did long before GDPR. And it's one of the reasons why government offices such as the Environment Agency and the NHS have turned to TryBooking and lots of other organisations, because we are hosting our data in the UK, and particularly now with Brexit. So that's why it's here. But some of the real benefits that people really enjoy is our philosophy is it's your event. So when you use TryBooking, you can brand and integrate your pages fully, even for free events, so that your guests and your delegates have your brand experience. They're not being put off onto a TryBooking booking page. They're being kept in your world and your look and feel. And that's one of the things we're really passionate that our clients optimize when they use our platform, that they drive people back to their own platforms and not just to our platform.
And that's kind of what I experienced as well, because I'm certainly not technical and I just always take the easy option. And I loved that with TryBooking, I could get my own branding on there. It collected all of the names and then that came on a spreadsheet that was exportable. It was just so easy. But again, for me, it was that I suddenly had, first of all, a contact. Then that contact, which was you, became a relationship. Then you introduced me to some of your team, and they are just so helpful. If there's something that I don't understand, or oh, God, I made a mistake on this, then they've helped me with that as well. And now, I mean, we do all of our events, even our internal meetings we do on there now as well. You know, so, you know, it was that customer service and then just everything that it does. I mean, for like the tickets, tell us about how the ticketing part of it works. And I mean, I've printed everything off that it does here. There's tickets, there's registration, there's online booking, there's also fundraising. So that's a great opportunity. So you can choose your favourite charity, creating the online tickets, the branding pages, registrations. I mean, it's endless. It's just such a brilliant system. So anyway, going back to my original question, tell us about all the ticketing, how that works, why it's important.
Well, I think particularly now with COVID, whilst we've been hit like anybody in the events business, one of the joys of COVID has been new sectors. One of them being hospitality, others being like football clubs, lower league football clubs, so historically where you might have just had happy for people to turn up and pay at the door, that's no longer feasible because you need to manage capacities. So if I take hospitality, if people, one of the reasons we've been used is for online deliveries for food, because again, our platform's so flexible. Restaurants or cafes or delis or hotels can put up all of their menu and set capacities and set limits so that the chef knows he can only produce X amount of steak pies in an hour. You can set all of that so you're in control and you don't overly sell. So that's one of the benefits of using an online platform. You can manage all of that. And down to like football, I mentioned football clubs just because the ordinary way would you turn up with your son, buy your ticket at the gate, go and buy your pie and go and watch the match. Well, that's no longer feasible because people need to know who's in the venue and again, organised capacities. So with TryBooking, you can do anything from setting time slots. So if you're a venue and you want only 10 people to, like a museum, or they want 10 people to come through every hour, you can set that up really easily. And going forward with hotels in particular, and a lot of events have been managed just through reception staff and then sending an invoice. Well, there's going to be staffing issues. Now you can get everybody just to go to your hotel website and you can set how many people you want in the venue for a particular night, be it a murder mystery or be it a Mother's Day afternoon tea. So you don't get overly booked. You can set it so that people can't book more than 2 or 3 people. So again, you can't have crowds of 6 people or 10 people turn up. So you can set it all like that. So it takes hours of admin of your staff managing all of this stuff through phone calls and emails. People can just go onto your website and they're able to book, and you know you're going to get the correct type of bookings and not having to back manage people.
Yeah, so really then it doesn't matter whether you're really experienced in events or this new market that's coming in, maybe like the cafes and the restaurants, even amateur dramatic groups that have to sell tickets but manage that and making sure that they've collected all the...
That's exactly right. So amateur dramatics is a good one. They're a big sector for us. But what's historically happened is they'd sell a certain amount online and let people still pay at the door on the night. We can no longer do that with ease. So, and we have lovely things like seating plans. So we've got a socially distanced seating plan. So if you were doing an amateur dram evening and you only had 50 seats in the village hall, you could set it up so that every time somebody books, the system would automatically clear between 1 and 5 seats around each booking for a socially distanced setup. So again, you're in control of that. So we have lots of theatres who use us, and they're going to start using that feature as soon as they can reopen.
Yeah, brilliant. And it's also, I was just thinking that, you know, you mentioned football clubs, that it could work for football clubs that have always held events. They've got this massive capacity, but also now need to be hosting their own events, whether they're a big Premier League football club, or it might be, I don't know, I'm trying to think, Lichfield Rangers. I know there's not a Lichfield Rangers football club before anybody corrects me, but small ones as well that are utilising that space, but they think, I don't know how to ticket this, I don't know how to do it, that this is like the solution for it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, one of the most interesting new clients that we've got is speedways. So they're outdoor. You know, so you think they will have big issues, but they need to segregate capacities of people, be it the regular members or visitors, and they need to segregate them. But the other thing is with track and trace. So with TryBooking, it's really easy to get all details of all ticket holders, not just the person making the booking. So let's say I was booking to come to an event, but I was bringing 3 of my family with me. You might have my details, but you might not know anything about the people I'm bringing. With TryBooking, you can set it up so that you have to, as a person booking, give the details, whatever details they might be that you need, be it just names, or if you are in the hospitality business and you want to know dietary requirements for everybody, for example, you've got all of that. Then you've got details of everybody for track and trace, as well as what you need to really easily manage that event.
Yeah, it's brilliant. You know, all my experience has been brilliant of it. So, and the platform is free to use, and whether that's a free event that you're putting on, and then I think it's just commission, the same, I'm sorry to mention Eventbrite, but similar to Eventbrite when it comes to paid tickets, is that right?
So, yes, we're free for all free events. You can run as many free events as you want. If you've got a paid for event, we've got a much simpler, much more transparent approach, really easy to understand, where yes, we deduct a processing fee and a ticket fee on each ticket, but you have the choice of who pays those, and they're really simple. It's 5% and 15p. So you can then, if you've got a £10 ticket, 5% is 50 pence, and then you've got your 15p ticket fee. So you as an event organizer, I can say, well, I don't want to pay any of those. Well, you don't have to. You can put both of those on the outside of the ticket. So your guest pays £10.65, which is the 50p, which is 5%, and the 15p. Or you might want your guest just to pay £10, which case you put both on the inside, so that your guest pays just £10, but you receive £9.35. Or you can do a bit of both. You can put the 15p on the outside and the 5% on the insides. And so you are in control of your own pricing strategy, and you're in control of who pays the fees.
Brilliant. Well, and also that flexibility that you've got the choice. Not every platform gives you, well, you can either do this or you could do this. I mean, it's great to have that. So anyway, from me, it's just, as a real Eventbrite fan and use it all the time, I am absolutely a TryBooking fan. I'm delighted that TryBooking are the Hospitality Partnerships associate partner and our go-to resource for any events and ticketing requirements that we have. And we just urge you to all do the same. And thing is, try it once. If you don't like it, don't use it again, but I guarantee you, you'll really like it and you will enjoy the relationship that you'll develop with this British-based company. So for now, I will thank the wonderful Joan, and we'll see you again really soon. We'll also, when we post this, we'll tell you exactly how to get in touch, and just speak to us. You've got nothing to lose and a lot to gain. I need to think of a strap line for that. So bye for now. Okay, thank you, Joan.
Well, thank you, Jan. Thank you for watching. Thanks, everybody.